We are, we're back. We're back. The pals are in the house. Professionals and animal lovers show. I took extra Benadryl for this episode because I'm allergic to cats, and we're gonna be talking about cats. And she's like, "Stop it already!" I'm talking about like tigers and pumas and lions and all those. Well, no, we're not going to talk about them. We're going to talk about domestic cats. We're going to be talking with an organization called the Shabby Tabby Cat Cafe. And what's cool about today, Val, first of all, hello, Valerie. Hello, our friends, Ryan and Melanie, right? Ryan and Melanie are here. Hello. But what's cool about today, it's a bit of show and tell. It's a bit of a story, and it's a bit of like, did you sign your permission slip, Valerie? Because we're going on a trip. We're going on a trip around. I watched in the breakout here before the show started.
I just want to jump through the camera and pet these cats and
that one right there. Look, this is P.A.L's Professionals Now Love Show. No big deal. Just changing the world, right? And really helping out, advocating on animals. Learn, educate, empower, and advocate. We'll be right back. Let's talk about cats. All right, let's do it, Val. Who are these cats? What Ryan, Melanie, what are you doing there? Who are those cats?
First of all, wait. Time out.
I can't help myself.
First of all, we have to just mention what the show is about. So this show was created because we believe that the bond between all animal lovers is incredibly strong, and we want to support each other in rescue, in business, and in animal advocacy. And speaking of animal advocacy, I just want to thank our dear friend, Renee Kraft, who introduced us and connected us to the Shabby Tabby, swears by them, and her word is gold in my world. And she's also one of our honorees at our upcoming Compassion Awards. So without any further ado, sorry, Tommy, I know you normally do that. But
I know. I wanted to see.
It's hard to walk a straight line when there's cats and kittens in the camera, but
that's the problem, Valerie. I mean, I thought you were going to do the so everyone wins, and then I would say especially the animals, but we didn't do that. So say it.
So Ryan and Melanie are here with us from the Shabby Tabby Cat Cafe, the first on Long Island, New York. And let's get into it. First of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Great.
So I have to hear about this. Ryan, I saw you were or are a nurse, an RN by trade, and obviously you're a big cat lover. And so you saw a need for what? Let's talk about it.
I was volunteering with a few rescues and in shelters and stuff, and I saw that there were so many more cats than I thought that need homes. Yeah. The shelters are like super crowded, and the rescues have tons of cats. And I visited cat cafes around. There was a few in the city, and then California, Colorado, and I just thought that it would be great to have one here. So I posted it in a few places, and everyone seemed really welcoming and excited about it. So yeah. I thought, good.
I think it's amazing that you have like combined. So I went to a cat cafe, and I'm just thinking like the room where the cats were was completely separate from like the cafeteria area, if you will. That they sold like coffee and tea, and also I think they sold some beer and wine. But it was cordoned off, you know what I mean? And I think it's so cool how you have it together, because then it's more of an interactive experience. And can you talk about how that helps the cats?
Yeah, having people visit.
Yeah.
Cats come from like the streets or places where they don't have much socialization, I guess, and being able to be here with all the visitors and all of the staff and volunteers that we have here really helps them come out of their shell and feel more safe. So sometimes they're really scared at first, but after being around humans for a few days, usually they'll come out of their shells and feel more comfortable with humans. So that helps them find a home.
Right. Yeah, because most people, like I tease, my cats are not feral, although they came from our backyard or whatever, and we got them fixed and just kept them. But most people, I think, want the kind of cat that will walk up to you and start just crawling all over you, purring on you, whatever, and you can pick them up and you can pet them, and that desirability is really important in getting them adopted.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
So let me
But-
ask you that. So, sorry, Ryan, go ahead, and then I'll ask you, please.
No, well, we have some shy cats also, and we try to promote them a lot too, because sometimes if they're shy or scared here, they'll do a lot better in a home where it's more quiet. So we try to get them.
Yeah.
So let me get him here for one quick sec. A couple of things I want to say. First of all, I noticed here that during the pandemic, you went back so you can help cats and humans. So you weren't practicing nursing, and then during the pandemic, you went back. So first of all, shout out to you. Shout out to all our nurses. Shout out to all our healthcare workers. Shout out to my new friend, Dr. Sandra Lindsay, who I played golf with. If you don't know Dr. Sandra Lindsay, she has become a celebrity, first person in the country to get the COVID vaccine. So I played golf with her on Monday. Little Flower nonprofit I do some work with invited me to play. So that was very special. But first responders, nurses, especially on a week of we celebrate's probably the wrong word. We recognize the anniversary of September 11th. So shout out to all those folks. So nurses, certainly important, and goes to the compassion, Val, goes to what we're doing here, goes to the kind of people we hang around with, right? So I want to ask you, so I don't understand. And I always, when we started the show, I was always the guy, well, wait, I don't get it, or I don't understand that part. So I want to go back if we could and understand, like Valerie knows what a cat cafe is. You both of you know what a cat cafe is. Gotta be honest with you. I can guess and I sort of could figure it out, but can you explain what a cat cafe actually is? Because I've never gone to a restaurant where there's cats walking around or anything like that. So can you set the scene for somebody who may not have been in a place like this and what it's all about and the mission and all of that. So, and there's cats everywhere walking around behind you guys. So it's so funny to watch what's going on. So can you tell us that, like what actually goes on there?
So there is a fee to come in to visit the cats, and that's $15 per person for the hour. And that helps us take care of the cats and be able to feed them and keep the lights on and take care of the cats and everything. And that gets you also unlimited drinks in the front of the cafe. We'll show you, we'll do a little walkthrough later.
Oh, wow.
We have coffee and tea. We have a little menu of drinks, and that's all unlimited and included with your entrance. And then you could bring your drinks in and hang out with the cats. And we have some seating areas and usually about 30 to 40 cats everywhere.
Wow.
Kitten season is now, so we have a lot of cats, usually closer to 40 cats and kittens, and they're all available for adoption. So if you're hanging out with them and you fall in love, you can apply. There's an adoption application and you can potentially adopt one.
It's a beautiful place. I'm looking online, Val. I don't know if you
Yeah.
it's like incredible. It looks like spa-like, it says
Clean.
coffee, cats, repeat. That's what it says on the wall. It looks so.
You know what I love about this too is like the first thing that I thought of course, is I would do, well, I know Tommy, you can't, but I would do networking one-on-ones there. I would do networking business meetings. I would be like, let's go grab a cup of coffee and help the cats.
What could I take? What could I take to get to go? Like, what's the story? Like, seriously, like I gotta be practical here. I want to go. I wanna check it out. Do I need because I get this thing where I got to scratch the back of my head. I look like a cat or a dog when I'm doing it. What, can I take something? Can I take a Claritin? Can I take Benadryl? What can I do so I can come visit?
Zyrtec.
And allergies to cats too after work, and I'll just take a Claritin. So maybe if you took a Claritin, Benadryl will make you tired. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want.
And then just if you want to pet them, just don't touch your face. Wash your hands a lot.
All right.
I've heard good things about Zyrtec from a friend over at Little Shelter. He's the executive director of that shelter, and he's allergic to cats. I'm like, oh my God, David.
Director of a cat shelter, and he's allergic to cats?
Yes.
Wow.
He goes, I pop a Zyrtec, no big deal. But everyone's allergy levels are different. You have to be, obviously nobody wants to see like an EpiPen situation, but I have to tell you, Ryan, I mean, I don't want your existing customers and everything to kill me, but I will tell you that I visited a kitty cat cafe in Florida, and I believe it was a comparable price point. I think it was like $15 to go into the cat room, which again was separate. Yeah. But they charged for everything. They had, coffee, tea, they had wine, beer, and hard seltzers or, whatever. And not only did they charge, but it was definitely like a premium. So like, let's say a normal glass of wine is like $7. It was like 10 or 12. I don't remember, but it's kind of like when you're in that environment and you want to do good for the animals, you don't mind paying like a little extra. So,
Yeah.
so I'm saying raise your prices, but you don't have to listen to me.
We figure it's nice to include a drink, and
Yeah.
we charge something. If we could run this business and not charge anything, that would be great, but it's very expensive to run a business. So the entrance fee is fine. Maybe we'll raise it.
Yeah, and or do one drink. I don't know. But anyway, it's fine. Your customers are like, shut up, Valerie.
No,
Like,
they're probably not, because they're all about it. So they're probably like, yo, we'd probably pay more because you have like 40 cats. And if that's your thing, to be in a room full of cats, you're gonna have 40 cats for $15. I don't know like the math on that, but that seems like a pretty good deal. And you're gonna throw in a cup of coffee. I mean, like, if that's my scene, like, I'm digging it for $15. So listen to this though. Since 2018, which is like the number I'm about to tell you is kind of crazy. Like, wow, 1,000, they've found a home for 1,000 cats in like 4 years. Like, that's like,
and that is unbelievable, because to me, so okay, I was involved with just my first real rescue mission, like of my own, so to speak, like where I was the trapper or one of the trappers. I mean, it's not a skill set I really have. It doesn't come naturally for me. But the point is, it was one mother cat and 5 kittens, adorable little white fluffy guys. And we still don't have them all adopted. They're in foster, which is great. But it's hard to get people to commit to a lifetime of care for an animal. It's not easy. And especially now, inflation, whatever, it's even harder. So that is a huge number. That is a huge accomplishment. And I think you guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's like, I've tried so many times to get Tommy to foster or whatever. I'm like, how about a rabbit? You know what I mean? Like,
way to just put it out there like that. I'm not like,
well, it's pretty public. It's pretty public. But I'm just saying, I usually do it to him on the show. I totally put him on the spot. But it's hard. It's hard to get people to foster. It's hard to get people to adopt. It's hard to get people to donate. It's a very competitive world. And so again, you guys are just amazing.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Ask you when we come back. We're gonna take a quick break. While we're at break, I'll share the website. The location is out in Sayville on Long Island. I just shared it on Facebook. I will share it on the video while we're on Facebook. And if you're just listening in right now, go to Facebook and go to Professionals and ampersand Animal Lovers Show, and you can watch what we're doing here. We will be right back. When we come back, the team from Shabby Tabby Cafe. What a silly name, which I love silly names. So that's perfect. I got to get one of those t-shirts, by the way, and I will buy one. I'm not asking you to give me a gift, but I heard this hoodies. So we'll talk about hoodies. It's about to be hoodies. We are taking a quick break. This is Professionals and Animal Lovers Show. I'll share the website. We'll be right back.
Yay.
Are you a business owner? Do you want to be a business owner? Do you work with business owners? Hi, I'm Stephen Fry, your small and medium-sized business or SMB guy, and I'm the host of the new show, Always Friday. While I love to have fun on my show, we take those Friday feelings of freedom and clarity to discuss popular topics on the minds of SMBs today. Please join me and my various special guests on Friday at 11 a.m. on talkradio.nyc.
Are you a conscious co-creator? Are you on a quest to raise your vibration and your consciousness? I'm Sam Leibowitz, your conscious consultant. And on my show, The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, we will touch upon all these topics and more. Listen live at our new time on Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern Time. That's The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, Thursdays, 12 noon on talkradio.nyc.
Are you on edge? Hey, we live in challenging, edgy times, so let's lean in. I'm Sandra Bargman, the host of The Edge of Every Day, which airs each Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on talkradio.nyc. Tune in live with me and my friends and colleagues as we share stories and perspectives about pushing boundaries and exploring our rough edges. That's The Edge of Every Day on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on talkradio.nyc.
You're listening to Talk Radio NYC. Uplift, educate, empower.
And we are back. It's your pals, Tommy and Val.
Don't forget to unmute, guys.
That's good. Let's do that. Oh my God, she got a hoodie on. Hold on, Melanie, you can't. I gotta say, although I got words to say. Hold on, don't distract me with a hoodie. I got ADHD. This is difficult for me as it is. So let me stay on point. I want to shout out a couple of events that you have going on. I just shared. Of course, if you love cats, why wouldn't you want to go to cat yoga? So yoga with cats right out there on this Sunday. 10 a.m., $15 a person. And of course, if you like cats, why wouldn't you want to visit for painting with drag queens on September 24th at the Shabby Tabby Cafe? I love this story. This is so fun. Melanie, what do you got there? What is that, a new hoodie?
Yeah, this is our ones that we just got today. So it has our logo on the front.
I don't know if you're gonna like this.
Here, do you want to show the back?
He's gonna love it.
Why don't I like it? What's on the back? Is it a guy sneezing?
It says life is
have more cats. Yo, I dig that. And look, it's totally my scene with like hippie flowers, and you guys are like a bunch of hippies out there. Is that for real? I think that's what I'm picking up. So how do you go from like, hey, and you know, I know this sort of came out. I'm reading the background, Ryan, too. Like Brody passed, you lost your cat, Brody, and it was kind of like looking for, I want to be at a place where I can see cats. So how does that turn into a place where now you've helped 1,067, because I looked at the website, it's actually 1,067 on your little clicker there. 1,067 cats that didn't have a home. How do you do that? How do you help them? I mean, I guess when somebody comes in and sees a cat and they fall in love with the cat, they work it out and they end up going home with the cat or a couple of days later or whatever. But tell us that story. What does it feel like to help house so many cats?
It's the best. It's the best ever. It is a ton of work, and to keep everyone healthy and to keep the place clean. And a lot of people just think it's, you know, hanging out with cats all day, but it's the furthest thing from that. But they are here, and it's great to be, you know, with them all day and find them homes, see the updates after the fact and how they're doing in their homes and where they came from. And it's great. It's the best. I wouldn't change anything.
Do you have a place that you normally pull from, or places that you normally pull? I saw that you take a lot from like kill shelters. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, we're partnered with one rescue called Almost Home, and they're in Patchogue.
Okay, yep. I've heard of them. Absolutely. And
yes, they're rescuing, and they get cats from shelters or people's homes in the street, all different places. So we will get cats from shelters sometimes, and whoever would do well here will take them.
So let me ask you a question. Someone like Renee, who's a trapper, a certified trapper, you work with them as well, or are you kind of like at max capacity with who you can partner with? Or
with Almost Home, everything goes through them. So Renee is like in contact with Almost Home all the time.
Yeah.
So through Almost Home, and then they come here.
Okay. And then
specifically,
of course, I have to make this point because I am an animal advocate, and I cannot even tell you how long, I'm sure you probably know and can relate to how long and hard a fight is just to get some, you know, positive changes and everything. But I've been fighting for a while to get an additional TNR location within a specific township. But let's talk about the need, if we could, like pretend that I'm a decision maker, or Tommy and I are, you know, people with power. What do you feel we need to help put a dent into this overpopulation, you know, crisis?
I mean, a lot. There needs to be more trappers. I know a few people that do trapping personally on their own, and they're not funded by anywhere. So we definitely need more funding for that. If we would just be able to have more resources with trapping them, and getting them fixed, it would help the overpopulation so much. It's just hard to keep up when you don't have enough people or enough funds that everyone's paying for out of pocket. So that's really like at least $200 a cat just to get them their shots and get them fixed.
Right. And that's if everything goes perfectly, like no unexpected situations.
Right.
Yeah. No complications or anything.
Right. And so, we had on a guest, I don't know if you know who she is. Her name is Lisa Yeager, and she's a certified wildlife trapper, but she also traps about 100 to 150 cats and kittens every year. And she made a statement, it just stuck with me. And she said, there's probably about 100 or 150 people doing what I do every year. So let's say 150 that are trapping 100 cats and kittens. She said, if we could get like a group effort of all the municipalities to offer spay neuter, either free or low cost for like just 6 months, she's like, we could fix the problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
And the places that do have the low cost have like months of a wait. So it's like impossible to catch up.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. This is hard. So this is really, it's a big problem. And, I also thank you guys for being part of the solution, because a lot of times people don't realize that, kill shelters are still a very real thing, even in a state like New York. Everybody thinks, oh, New York, Long Island, everyone's got money. You know what I mean? And like, it's just not true. Like we're losing a lot of beautiful animals because they're either out there starving, getting hit by cars, there's predators, disease, fleas, everything. They're up against a lot, and the elements. And it's just really something that we all really, I feel, should chip in and help with, whether you're volunteering or donating, whatever, because even if you're not an animal lover, I say this all the time, if this can impact you, you know what I mean? Like it's just a matter of time before like you're going to have a problem. Maybe you're going to have a compassionate person on your block who ends up being a hoarder, and then your whole block is going to smell like cat pee and you're not going to know what to do. Or maybe one day you run over a cat because there's such an overpopulation. It's like, we should all really roll up our sleeves and team up.
Right. We get tons of calls every day asking, can you take a stray? Can you take these kittens I found? And no one wants to help out. So they're just looking for somewhere to bring them. But if everyone would just help out and even like foster the cat or the kitten for a little while, or, need a little bit, it would help.
So what does that so that phone call comes in, because that's interesting, Ryan. Let's talk about that, because I'm sure, they Google, cats in my neighborhood, or they drove past your store and they're like, maybe they can help. So what happens? Where do you send them? Is that a situation where, and not to say that those people are trying to really be helpful, they just might not want that cat in their backyard or whatever that is. So do you hook them up with somebody like Almost Home, or like, what's that move?
We can direct them to different places to call. We also have a list, we can email them, but like, we know that most of those places are so overwhelmed right now with the amounts of cats and kittens that they have, that I'll give them the information, but it's almost impossible to guarantee they can help them.
Yeah.
So there's just not enough room.
Because also a lot of the times the people that are calling for that want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Like I just the kittens and just drop them off. If someone brings them there, can I just leave them? And like, that doesn't help anyone with anything. Like that's
it's a real problem.
So back to solving the problem, folks, right? TNR, trap, neuter, return. We learn it on the show. This show is about learning, educating, and advocating. So like, here's the deal. If the cats, I'm speaking to everybody out there, if the cats have less babies, there will be less cats on the street. And if those cats have less babies, and so on, and so on, get it together. I mean, get it together Nassau County, get it together Suffolk County. Like, I understand that, like, they could pull this off, Val. They could do this thing. They could get a bunch. I don't want to get into it. Maybe you do. You decide after I finish what I'm going to say. But there are, as I imagine, there are resources and probably vehicles that can be utilized for this type of work, and it is not being done. And then it becomes a problem, and it becomes a health problem, and et cetera, right? And it's just not right. So Val, your comment, Valerie.
I actually decided I was going to ask a question before you were done. But yeah, so I would love to see some more certification courses teaching people how to trap. I really believe that more people would get involved if they knew about it and if they knew how to help and had that certification or at least a course, because I'll tell you right now, for me, I don't know why I can't get it. Like, I'm really good with cooking. I'm really good with stuff like in the kitchen. Comes to trapping, I just don't understand the mechanics of it. You know what I mean? So
It's
anyway,
not, you don't just go with a pillowcase and the cat jumps in and you throw it over your shoulder. That's not how it works.
That's not enough of a barrier. No, not for a feral. But I was good with the drop trap. But then when I pulled the cord and the cat was actually trapped, I was like, oh no. Like, I was flipping because the cat was flipping out. Big cat too. I named him Shaq. And thank God I had help, because I didn't know. I was like, this is scary. You know what I mean? But like, if people, I really feel like someone like Renee.
Yeah.
She started when she was in her 20s. She doesn't even know how many cats she's trapped, but that's one person. She's got to be in the thousands by now, right?
But she could totally like duplicate if she had the capacity. It's all about capacity, but she could duplicate herself, right? And then, so maybe there's a whole training thing, Val. Maybe that's what
yes,
about.
Because if you go up to the average person, even if they love cats, like the woman who was fostering the kittens that we trapped and everything, and the mom, which got adopted, hallelujah. But I'm just saying, I was on a text with her and I was assuming, which I shouldn't, but I was like, you know, do you have an appointment? Do you have appointments for the TNR or whatever? And she was like, what's TNR? So and that's someone who loves cats. So we need to educate more, get more programs out there. We have to collaborate. Maybe we can even team up, get something done outside of your cafe or maybe inside. I don't know, but like, there has to be a larger concentrated effort.
Val, before we take a break, I need to know, Melanie, who is that, please? I have a rule on this program, and when someone shows up, we must find out who that is. Can you introduce that little cat?
Relax.
He's a Christian.
He's so nice.
What's his name?
Christian.
Hello,
Hi, Christian. Oh, I love the coloring.
Just show your butt. Show your face.
Oh, what's up? Oh my God, he's got like color. There's like a different color on his nose or something there, right? Like a little gray. Well, they're special. I wish I wasn't allergic to them. We're gonna figure this thing out, because I don't know that I'm gonna adopt or even foster, but I think I want to come out and have a nice coffee out there. So we got to.
I heard from someone, I don't remember who it is, but some other cat person that we had on, they said that you can foster kittens because they don't have the same dander.
Oh, who told us that? You know,
I don't remember. I'll look it up. I have to find it. Is that true?
She was on the show. I don't know if it's true or not, but it was our friend, the attorney that does the pet trust down in Florida.
Oh,
Heather, who adopted fostered like 80 cats during, like, we used to say during the pandemic, but like it was last year. So last year, like the first year of the pandemic. Anyhow, she told us that. So maybe there is a move there. You're always trying to trick me, Heffron. You always are, but that's okay, because I'm always ready for it. So really quick, I got one question, and then maybe we'll talk about it when we come back from the break. Did you all see, I think it's called Strong Island Rescue. They saved this raccoon that was in the under the storm drain. Did anybody see that?
Yeah.
You saw that? I'm not big on the Facebook, but I saw it on there. And like they pulled that thing and they were like trying to help him get out. And like, that's the stuff, man. Just like, these are not like varmint or pests or anything. It's not like the guy from like Looney Tunes, you varmint, but it's not like that. These are animals. They're just another species. We're supposed to help them out. And that's what we do on this show. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we will continue our conversation about no big deal, just changing the world. We'll be right back.
Are you passionate about the conversation around racism? Hi, I'm Reverend Dr. TLC, host of the Dismantle Racism Show, which airs every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern on talkradio.nyc. Join me and my amazing guests as we discuss ways to uncover, dismantle, and eradicate racism. That's Thursdays at 11 o'clock a.m. on talkradio.nyc.
Are you a small business trying to navigate the COVID-19 related employment laws? Hello, I'm Eric Sauvert, employment law, business law attorney, and host of the new radio show, Employment Law Today. On my show, we'll have guests to discuss the common employment law challenges business owners are facing during these trying times. Tune in on Tuesday evenings from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time on talkradio.nyc.
Hey, everybody, it's Tommy D, the nonprofit sector connector, coming at you from my attic. Each week here on talkradio.nyc, I host a program, Philanthropy in Focus. Nonprofits impact us each and every day, and it's my focus to help them amplify their message and tell their story. Listen each week at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on talkradio.nyc.
You're listening to Talk Radio NYC at www.talkradio.nyc. Now broadcasting 24 hours a day.
And we're back. So I'm actually checking out this. So I don't know if you serve food there, but this is interesting because you have meatball with Parmesan. Okay. Parmesan with meatball. All right. You got, now these are names of cats, ladies and gentlemen. You have brioche. I looked away because I want to get our friends back on video. You have ciabatta. Like, I mean, what silly names? And I love silly names. Makes me think of our friend, Joe Gatto, Val. Joe and the family, they adopt all those dogs and they name them like cannoli and all the different. Oh, who's that, Val? Oh my God, there goes my attention. What's up? Who's that?
Phoebe says hi. This was a backyard save. I love her. She's so sweet. Yeah, I feel like naming animals is literally like one of my favorite things to do. I was watching the Met game last night, and anyone who's a Mets fan knows that Guillermo was away for a while. He was hurt, and now he's back. And I'm watching the game, and I said to my husband, I go, Guillermo's a great name for like a cat. Like I just
That name
cannot help it.
yesterday.
Yeah.
We were in a meeting yesterday, and you said to me, you were referencing one of your friends. I don't know if you want to shout out their cat's name, but Otto something or other. Can we talk about that?
That was a dog, Otto von Schnitzelpants. He's a Tibetan Terrier. But like, I have names for future pets that I don't even have yet. Like, I love the name Schmendrick for a dog. I just think it's adorable. And like, but here's the thing, Tommy. Like, so what they did there, a lot of times there will be like a theme, right? So it could be Mets players. It could be, obviously they did food. Sometimes people do ice cream, sometimes people will do like, let's say, I'm not familiar with it, but the Harry Potter characters, you know what I mean? Like they'll take characters from like a movie. And because there's so many animals in need, you literally kind of like run out of names. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like this is that book I was talking about. Remember, Val, this book?
yeah, I have that. Yeah.
This is Joe Gatto's book, The Dog Father. And he's got like biscotti.
Spumoni.
Yeah, it's got like spumoni.
Fettuccine. Yeah.
I think I would name like gabagool. Like I think that was like my Uncle Richard when I was a kid, he always used to call us gabagool. So
There
I think
you go. So you need a pet to correspond with that name.
and another one like salami
Yeah.
and like pepperoni. Like those are cool, fun names too, right?
Yeah. So
All
with
right.
that.
Yeah. So the whole thing. Oh my God, I'm hungry. So that is the fun part. Again, we've shouted out my old dog Mickey, Michelob Light. I called him Michelob. Again, why would you call anybody the thing you named them? Like I realized that.
Yeah, mine's Jovi after Bon Jovi. Like, the naming is super fun. Like whenever someone gets a new pet, hopefully a rescue, and they put on Facebook, like, help me name them. I'm like, oh. But listen, I want to go back to your space actually, because I just find it super intriguing. And I want to hopefully encourage other people, whether they're living in Pennsylvania or South Carolina, whatever, if they have a passion for animals, if they love cats and kittens, they recognize the need to help them find homes. Like, how much like square footage would you recommend? And is it in an industrial area? Is it like a storefront? Like, where are you?
This is a storefront in a village. I wanted somewhere there's like foot traffic and like other cute things around. Ours is 1,600 square feet, which works for us. Everyone wants to do something different though, so it depends how much food you want. how many cats you want, how much you can afford, how, like the zoning, there's all kinds of laws and rules and stuff.
What about Ryan? Like, what about the fact that I'm just thinking this, like, and Val and I had this conversation just yesterday. It was talking about like somebody bringing their therapy dog somewhere, and I was like, wow, I get it that you're allowed to do that, but was it difficult? I guess Board of Health. I mean, I know my parents own a little Italian ice shop, and I know in food service, I grew up in food service. Like, how does that work? Like, we're gonna have cats here, and we're gonna serve. Like, what are the rules around that if somebody wants to do it?
I don't really know with food. The drinks, we don't do any food. We used to have some like pre-packaged snacks, which is allowed if everything's made out of the building. But people, it seems like they just mostly come just for the cats. So the snacks didn't do so well. We have like baked goods and stuff. The drinks are complimentary, so there's really no rules regarding that. If you wanted to sell food and sell drinks and stuff, you need all kinds of things that I really wanted nothing to do with.
So it's great. So you know what? You go, let's eliminate that and let's not deal with it because we don't want to. I want to, since I'm here in my attic and I'm not at your store, and if I was at your store, I'd be outside sneezing. Can we go on a tour together?
Sure.
Well, let's be really cognizant though, Tommy, you've got to describe what you're seeing really well for people who are just listening. They're not going to see it.
Yes, that's good. Okay. Do you want me to do it?
I don't know. Are you going to know what all the accoutrements are? And
no, I'm going to
let him try. Yeah, go for it.
What are you going to do? Like a tour?
Yeah, let's go for it.
If you're so inclined, if you want.
Okay. Well, we got to go out front.
So, ladies and gentlemen, right now our friend Ryan Shea is walking to the front of the store. It's beautiful. Yeah. Oh my God, Val. Oh, there goes Melanie. What is it? Melanie's like laying on a bed there. She's just hanging.
Do you want to come? It's probably so bad because we got tons of shipment of things today, so we have lots of boxes everywhere.
Right, so it's all right. Well, I'll wait till we go outside, and now it's fine. Where are we? What's the address again, Ryan?
So we're in Sayville, 197 West Main Street. This is our sign, Cats and Coffee.
So we're right on West Main Street in Sayville, everybody. Big pink sign, Shabby Tabby Cat Cafe, and big rainbow flag in the window.
Sorry, outside.
We're going. Oh, Melanie's here. Hello. We're watching this. We're lagging a bit. The internet. So we're in the store. So as we look around, we have some retail.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear. Okay, we're good. We retail. So we got, there, look, Val, look at that. Those hoodies.
Look at what?
There's some hoodies. There are some hoodies. And we got some shirts and some toys. Ryan, what are those toys?
These are plushies. They're cats. If people can't adopt, sometimes they'll get one of these instead.
Got it. So this is
consolation prize.
But this is helpful too to understand too, folks. So when you're in there, because this is a business, right? This is not a not-for-profit. So aside from having folks come in and they spend the $15, if they do adopt an animal, what happens? As we're still looking at some accessories, it looks like there's some straws, like with cat logos, cat pictures on the straws. So how does it work, Ryan? If I can, big cat sign. This is funny, Val.
It is funny.
The blow by blow of everything.
There's a water cooler.
I don't think we need all the details, but I do like, Valerie, look at the little, are those sketches or are those like decals of the cat's faces on the wall?
Decals.
Yeah. Decals. Those are so cool.
Yeah.
Val, I'll get you some of those. Oh, look at this picture. What is, you got a couple
of rules. We have a thing of rules up here.
So what are those? Tell us about the rules.
It's just pretty common sense stuff. It's mostly for kids. Don't pull a cat's tail. Don't wake them up. If they're sleeping, don't pick them up. Pictures, but no flash. Don't give them human food. And don't run and be loud.
Yeah, I need those rules in my house, and we don't even have a cat.
So I have to ask you, because it looks like there's a lot of detail that goes into this. When it came down to like designing, I'm just curious, like, how did you know how many like litter boxes you needed, how many like little cat huts you needed, how many stations, you know what I mean? Like for a cat to
Yeah.
be able to
We
kind of
don't
hang
really
out and
know.
isolate itself if it wants to.
It's kind of trial and error. At first, when I planned it, we were going to have 15 cats, but so as you know, we were in business for like a year. We were able to increase everything, and when you increase the amount of cats, you need to increase the litter boxes, and we finally just kind of figured it out. The cat trees add things as time goes on.
That's a great setup you have there. There's lots of little alcoves and covered areas.
I don't know. Why is that important? They love hiding away and stuff, Al? Is that the deal?
Yeah, they feel comfortable in usually covered small spaces. It's like their comfort zone. Let me ask you another question. Like, I mean, if you don't mind, again, like I'm hoping that more cat cafes will open. And seeing that this is obviously a successful, model. I mean, if someone's interested in doing this, like, would you recommend a dollar amount for startup money? Like, how much do you think somebody should have before they did something like this?
It depends what they want to do, but maybe 100,000.
Right. So that's going to cover inventory, like not the cats, but like the inventory of all of the space, the lease, insurance. Okay. Got it. And so here's a tough question, not tough for you. I'm sure you know the answer, but kind of a tough topic, but part of reality. Like what happens if someone gets sick or, someone needs vet care? Like, do you have to quarantine? Like, what do you do?
It depends. If it's just a cold, they kind of spread fast here because it's like a daycare.
Yeah.
So if a cat has a cold, usually, within a day or two, they'll shake it off, but we also have antibiotics here. We know if it's super serious where they need to get to the vet or they need to go back to the rescue and be in a cage for quarantine. It just all depends. What else could they get? We can tell if they're really sick. If they're really sick, we'll get them to the vet. But we also have cages here. We have 2 cages, 1, 2, and that if someone's really under the weather, sometimes they can just hang out for a couple of days in one of these and get their meds and just relax.
Cages,
try not to, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, cages is something I also wanted to touch on because I read on your website and I couldn't agree more that you wanted to provide, for the most part, a cage-free environment. That's also and that's also kind of one of my pet peeves because at a lot of shelters, these cats and kittens are in small cages and it really is not beneficial for them.
It's so sad. I hate it.
It is so depressing. And sometimes they're lying in their own litter box.
The shelf, Valerie. Look at this.
Yeah. And sometimes these cats and kittens are lying in their own litter box.
I know.
It's brutal. So can we just talk about how, that's kind of antiquated and what you're doing is so much more beneficial for the cats? Did I lose her?
Yeah. Well, sometimes, if a cat is very scared and we get them here and this is too much for them, sometimes it's very overwhelming.
Yeah.
We will start them in one of these 2 cages, but almost always they'll find a safe spot, like in a cat tree or, she's in a box or these little huts that we have.
Yeah.
And it's a lot better for them. They're able to come out more and explore on their own. And the cages, it just kind of, I really hate cages so much. It just, unless they're scared and they need it, but I'm just not a fan of locking them up. I think they should be free and be able to explore and meet people and make friends.
Have you ever had a problem with them getting along? Like, has anyone fought? That's one of my biggest fears. Like my 2 cats didn't like each other at first, but they never physically fought.
Here and there, but it's usually quick and then they go in their own spot. Like there's enough room for them to hang out on their own. So they don't
space. There's a ton of space right there. I mean, a big room. I mean, said, I mean,
we have a lot of space.
They're like in a crate or in a cage when they're a shelter. Here it's like, it's like a resort. It kind of reminds me like, not to assume, but Ann Levy, our friend who's creating an incredible special business, like this is just like on par that level, like a primo type of place where Ann's creating a pet resort coming soon. We'll share that information when it comes out. But
Ryan, you would love Ann also. You guys have so much in common because she also started her business after she lost her beloved pet Pooch, her dog.
Aww.
And so you guys have that, that drive in common, definitely.
Yeah.
We do have to take one quick break, but because we were supposed to a while ago, but that doesn't matter here because we're having fun. So we'll take one quick break. We'll come out. We'll come back and tell us a little bit about maybe the future, what's going on, and then I'm sure Valerie has some things she wants to share. This is the Professionals and Animal Lovers Show. We'll be right back.
All right.
Hey everybody, it's Tommy D, the nonprofit sector connector, coming at you from my attic. Each week here on talkradio.nyc, I host the program Philanthropy in Focus. Nonprofits impact us each and every day, and it's my focus to help them amplify their message and tell their story. Listen each week at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on talkradio.nyc.
In a post-COVID world, you may have many unanswered questions regarding your health. Are you looking to live a healthier lifestyle? Do you have a desire to learn more about mental health and enhance your quality of life? Or do you just want to participate in self-understanding and awareness? I'm Frank R. Harrison, host of Frank About Health, and each Thursday, I will tackle these questions and work to enlighten you. Tune in every Thursday at 5 p.m. on talkradio.nyc, and I will be frank about health to advocate for all of us.
Calling all pet lovers.
Pet Avengers, assemble!
On the Professionals and Animal Lovers Show, we believe the bond between animal lovers is incredibly strong. It mirrors that bond between pets and their owners. Through this program, we come together to learn, educate, and advocate.
Join us live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. at talkradio.nyc.
You're listening to Talk Radio NYC at www.talkradio.nyc. Now broadcasting 24 hours a day.
And we are back. It's your pals.
There it is.
It's Valerie and Tommy, but I say pals, Tommy and Val, because it rhymes. All right. So anyway, Melanie is back. Melanie, what's going on? Tell us. You're back on the camera. So what's going on? Tell us what you do at the store.
Yeah.
I'm the manager. So I do the events and the website and all, like the majority of the posting. Ryan and I kind of do back and forth, like the Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and then we restarted our YouTube like a few weeks ago.
I think it'd be great for you guys, especially like a TikTok, YouTube, Insta. Like those are probably like, because people dig. Like, what's the most like one of the most popular things like on the internet is like cats, like cat video, right? Like that's, you guys are like the thing that people want to see, right?
It's fun because like TikTok too, you don't have to put a lot into it because it's like fast few second videos, and then people from all over watch it. So like some random one that we take like 2 seconds filming has like millions of views, and we're like, all right.
I just can't get I don't understand it. I'll scroll through TikTok and find the stuff I like, but I don't think I'm good at the development. TikTok. Let me ask you a question, because I'm super curious. Like, I feel like this is such a cool job. You know what I mean? Like, you get to go to work and like hang out with cats and play with cats. And I know there's real work associated to it. Don't get me wrong. I have 2 cats and I'm like, oh my God, what a freaking mess you just made. But like, what did you do before this, if you don't mind me asking?
I actually went to school for media and communications.
Oh,
so
cool.
Like promotions.
Right up your alley. So it's not like you were like a banker or something like that. Like you went from like a cubicle to like this, but right. Yeah. I just think I think it's such a cool environment. I went on one date, don't tell my husband, a million years ago before I met him, but he worked at a zoo. And that's the only thing I talked about the whole date. I was like, so you get behind the scenes where like the polar bears are? Like, that's all I cared about. I had to know. Like, oh my God. Well, listen, so I want to make sure that number one, everyone knows how to find you guys. Okay. And number two, I want to encourage everybody, to get involved. And if you haven't fostered, but you like cats and kittens, fostering really does save lives. I want people to recognize, especially with a cat or kitten, you don't need a lot of space. I'm hoping that we'll reach some ears and people will want to help you guys on your mission. So tell everybody, how do they find you?
You can, if you Google the Shabby Tabby, it'll pop up, but we have a website. It's the Shabby Tabby li.com. We're also on Instagram and TikTok and what else?
Facebook and YouTube.
Just the Shabby Tabby. It should always pop up. We are in Sayville on West Main Street, right outside of the village.
Mm-hmm. So cool. Yeah, and if you can't foster, go grab a cup of coffee, go grab a friend, and everything. Buy some merch.
I will get some merch for sure. I just want to share. I'm looking at so it's at the Shabby Tabby LI. That's Instagram. I'm assuming it's probably the same on TikTok, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah, we kept the name the same on everything, so it's easier to be like, oh, that's them.
We also have a YouTube channel. If you type in the Shabby Tabby, we have a YouTube channel too.
I think that'll be fun too. Like we were saying, Ryan, I think you stepped away, but like any of that stuff that's just like super visual and just like you guys got the thing right there. So I have for you. Val, one event when you're back on the island, we should figure out something with the Shabby Tabby. I'll figure it out.
I'm not kidding.
I'll wear one of those like hazmat suits.
You know what? Yeah. And the other thing, and you should. But the other thing too, real quick, that we didn't mention is that I saw also that you can actually have a party there. Like you can rent the space and have like a birthday party or a girls' night out or whatever. There's so much that can be done there.
Yeah.
Actually, in October, someone's having their wedding here. So
no way.
Yeah, the first weekend in October, we're having a wedding here. So
I hope you guys are around October 11th. Because that is our inaugural event. So the Professionals and Animal Lovers Show, we are producing the first ever Compassion Awards. And we're honoring actually Renee Kraft, as well as two other phenomenal animal advocates and rescue people. And it is going to be an amazing event. It just keeps getting more and more amazing. Like there's going to be a DJ. We have a gift bag, like swag bag giveaway to the first 100 registrants. We have amazing sponsors, all people, all animal lovers and pet parents. And then we're going to meet more people like you guys who are out there, they're in business and they want to make the world a better place for the animals. So we hope everybody can make it. And Tommy and I have a competition going on, which is crazy, but
what's the competition?
So the competition is who can sell more tickets, him or I. And so we have, if you want to support Tommy, when you go to buy your ticket, it's Tommy D. That's your code. It's going to get $10 off the ticket and it gives him a point. If you want to support Jovi's mom, that's me, my cute little dog named Jovi. I'm his mom, Jovi's mom, Jovismom. You will also save $10, but also what's really fun is we have a raffle prize thanks to Reno Di Maria, who owns Joanne's Gourmet Pizza. He's giving us a gift card so that somebody's going to win a great time at his pizzeria. And I met him at an anti-puppy mill protest. So he's also an animal lover. And I think that's it for now.
It is it for now because that is it for now for the show because we are out of time. We always have more to do, less time to do it. So we'll have to work on that in the future. I got a shout out to the Shabby Tabby because I say this. Here's what I think you should do. I think you should do a date night, like one of those speed dating, because I saw those cute little tables you had in the back. I see like a cool date night. Like what it not
must love cats.
Right.
Oh my God. Must love cats speed networking.
All right, so we'll do it. Well, if you want, we know something about networking. So if you want to talk to us, maybe we can help you with that. I want to make a shout out to anybody who wants. I heard it's going to be a brisk night on October 11th, and anybody who wants me to wear their hoodie for their business that night, let me know and I will be happy to. I'm not saying it has to be Shabby Tabby. It could be anybody that's ever been on this program. I leave you with this. In his total commitment to nonviolence, Gandhi always included the animals by stating the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged the way its animals are treated. Make it a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're awesome. You're awesome.
Bye.